Awesome. Hi, Guillermo. My name is JP. I'm a 14-year-old. I'm an eighth grader in Colorado. Excuse me. And so I'm running a hack club at my school. I was wondering how you build communities with your projects, because it's so cool seeing open source projects kind of created by a small amount of people or like one person, and they just grow into thousands of contributors, and just so many people relying on these tools every day. And I was wondering how you manage and support such a large community.
Yeah, going back to values, community is one of our guiding values, a foundational value for us. We started the company thinking first and foremost about our community. So like everything that we would start, we'd think about that first. How do we get that community engaged? The very first thing we did when we put our website up was let's get people into our chat room. Let's get people connected to us. Let's start organizing meetups and conferences and ways to get in touch with people. I honestly think that that's the again, like values allow you to values kind of are preserved through iterations of products and technology. We're creating a company that will be around for decades to come, right? So the community being together with us at every step of that iteration is kind of what allows us to retain that that momentum and that evolution throughout time. So more technically speaking, we try to make everything that we can make open source open source. This is something that Matt Mollingweg, who bought my previous company, would always say: we open source everything except for our passwords. I love that. I think my refinement of that is I open source everything that well, obviously our passwords, we're not open source them, but we open source everything that will allow people to make the product and platform their own. And sometimes we don't open source things that would allow you to run the platform because we don't think that that's something you would even want to do. So we want to be careful with like, we have such a big megaphone nowadays that like we have the opposite problem of a lot of people that are trying to get a community off the ground. Our community is so large that we have to be mindful of our signal being very clear, right? Like even I have to be careful nowadays of like every tweet has to be very carefully worded so it is not open to misinterpretation because someone thinks, oh, I have to change my code to be that or that. So that's the other good point is like being super mindful about your interactions with the community. Everyone is listening and we're all super connected. So make that your value and you'll build a great community.